Welcome to the 2025 class, Malachi Toney. What's up, guys? Welcome to NMD TV Canes. All Canes all day. If you're rocking with you, then you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. Today, I want to talk about some Malachi Toney news, and I want to answer some of you guys' questions, comments that you have left over the last couple videos. But the news of the day is that Malachi Toney, 2026 receiver, will be reclassifying. It will be a part of the 2025 class. Now, we actually talked about Malachi Toney a couple weeks ago when he played his first game of the season. And he had, I think, 2 touchdowns. I really like this kid. 5'10", 185-pound slot wide receiver. And he's making that jump. He's going to reclassify to the 2025 class. And the way that how advanced these kids are, I think they can make it. Let me show you a couple clips of him just in case you don't know who he is. Yeah, I like him. See, he kind of reminds me, and I see him in that Xavier Restrepo, Ray Joseph type role, that inside slot. Something that I really like about this kid, that if you do watch his tape, he runs violently. Like after the catch, he'll run you over. He'll make the spectacular catch. He can run by you, but I love to see when he makes the catch, he'll run over you if he got to. Pretty physical, especially if it's a goal line situation. He's got to get in that end zone. He's going to do that. So welcome to the 2025 class, Malachi Toney. I believe that puts Miami at the 11th ranked overall, according to 247. Can't stop, won't stop recruiting. Now, you guys that have been in my comment sections, like I always say, you're a big part of this channel. So let's see what y'all had to say. Shout out to Brandon, who is a member of the channel. I appreciate you supporting the channel and going above and beyond. But he says, I noticed last week in post-game comments, Coach says some guys lose interest when they aren't involved. I'm starting to wonder, could that be Martinez? Could Martinez be one of those guys he was talking about? Now, my answer to this comment is strictly a guess because I don't know that. There's no way I could know that. But I would say he's not talking about Martinez because this last game, Martinez only got a couple carries. So if he was one of those guys, you would have seen a big effort to get him the ball. I believe he could have been talking about one of our receivers, maybe a Jacoby George, maybe a Sam Brown. I think what he's saying is we got to keep these receivers fresh, but we got to keep them locked in the game as well. That's how I took those comments, but only Coach would know what he was talking about. I appreciate you being a member, and I appreciate you leaving a comment. Ajay Allen needs more reps. So Ajay Allen had over 100 yards this last game, had the big carry. And we remember Ajay Allen last year where he jumped over a defender. But in my honest opinion, I like how we're doing the running backs, right? The first game, it was basically a heavy dose of Martinez and Fletcher with a little Lyle in there. Then the next game, we got Chris Johnson involved. In this game, we got Chris Johnson involved. Then we got Ajay Allen involved. It's big boy football now. The way that Mario and staff has recruited and brought in talent, everybody can't play. Not saying they don't work hard enough, not saying they're not good enough to play, but I'm just saying it's not like we don't have some dogs at the running back position. I like the way our running back position is set up, and I'm hoping that unlike last year, this running back, this group of running backs, we can rotate them so much like we've been doing that they can stay fresh. So I think Ajay Allen is great, but I think he's in a proper position. And if something was to happen, I think he's going to be the one that moves up. So it's one of those things where it's a good problem to have. If we're talking about our 4th string running back should be playing more, that means that somebody's been bringing in talent. Somebody's been developing, and that's what I like to hear. Miami Hurricanes has 3 offensive linemen out, come back when fully healthy. That is something that is important to note. I know that people have talked about the running game or lack thereof running game last week, But I forget that that's not our starting five. You know, we have a couple guys out. And in my last video, Mario said that Rivers and Cooper, they would be back soon. And then during the actual press conference, somebody said, hey, we heard you say that they're going to be back soon. Are they going to be back for the USF game? And he said yes. So we should see our full offensive line. I think right now we've been seeing Bell. We've been seeing Luke Cristobal. We've been seeing some guys who are backups rotated in, and soon we'll get to our starting five, and then we can see exactly what the offensive line looks like in the running game. I can say I was happy in the Florida game. That's all I can say. NMD Canes, you may not agree with me, but this is something to think about. I know it's just 3 games we played, but I think Damien Martinez regrets coming down here. We keep running up the middle, no outside runs, all up the middle, just back. Just go back and watch the film of last year, mostly outside runs, none of that up the middle crap. He's not getting enough touches. Matter of fact, last year he had over 1,100 yards, and he won't see those numbers. He won't get 800s. Just sad, something to think about. So you said a lot there, and honestly, I don't know how Damien Martinez feels, right? Hopefully he feels good because he's 3-0. But I will say this. I doubt Damien Martinez came to Miami without Mario telling him the real deal. You know, I think Mario told him, we're going to split your carries. You won't have all the carries. If that was the case, he would have stayed at Oregon State. If that was the case, he could have went somewhere else that was offering him NIL if he wanted all the carries. But he knew that we had Mark Fletcher. You can't hide that. He knew we had an A.J. Allen. So when he got here and he sees the stacks of running backs, I believe they are saving Martinez for later on. Because if you looked in the first game, we ran inside, we ran outside. Matter of fact, 2 of our biggest runs, the one run where Martinez ran over a dude, that was to the outside. And then the play where Sam Brown had a great block and Fletcher scored against Florida, that looked like an outside run, if I am correct. So I think right now it's hard to really judge what we're doing on offense because honestly, Cam Ward has been good enough to battle and win us these games. But we're going to get to a point where we have to run and we have to throw. And then I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Martinez and Fletcher with a little bit of Jordan Lyle sprinkled in. But if I was Damien Martinez, somebody who's already accomplished a lot, he already has good film out there. If I'm him, I'm happy. You mean to tell me that I'm on a team that's undefeated? I'm on a top 10 team. I'm on a team that everybody's watching, that's on the primetime games, and then I don't have to carry the ball over and over and over and over and over and over again, which means when I go to the next level, I won't be considered what a lot of coaches consider running backs who start for several years and get all the carries as damaged goods. I'm gonna go into the draft healthy and ready to go. I would rather be in that situation. You know, a situation where you're on a good team, you're winning games, you don't have to carry all the load. Hey, who knows? Maybe that's what Mario sold them on. We don't know, but I think it's too early to say if somebody's not happy here or not. I mean, like I said, if I was him, I would be excited, you know, because once you get to the NFL, they're going to try to get you on one contract. They say you running backs, y'all ain't getting no another contract. All right, guys, those are all the comments that caught my eye. Make sure you leave your comments. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribed to stay alive. I appreciate you more than you know. And shout out to the members of the channel. Peace.